My friend Dani is here. Hello, Dani. How are you? I already have 4 thumbs up and 2 people watching. Thank you so much. You're making breakfast. Oh, very good. Okay, so my friends, today I'm going to be working on a dino family painting. This is the beginning stages. This is what the final product will look like. And yesterday I drew it out and painted the green background, so all of this is dry. And now I'm going to continue painting while we chit chat. So how were your classes? I have 3 people watching. That's wonderful. So great minds think alike. I set up my live and went to go write feedback, and then I saw that Cindy Bennett is live as well at the moment, so I hope she doesn't get offended. I had already set up and shared that I was going live before I discovered that she was going live. So it's not either of our official live days. I go live usually on Thursdays. She goes live usually on Saturdays. So we're just both kind of doing an informal one today. So hopefully nobody feels like I stepped on their toes. That was not my intention. So I went to her live and participated in it while I was writing my feedback for 15 minutes. And then I decided to start up my video as promised at 8:15 Central Standard Time. So I am painting Dino. That's just the order I like to go in. I like to start off with the background, and when the background is dry, then paint the family, starting with Dino, because he's the most important, isn't he? He's the one that's been the company mascot for the longest. And this is just his family, Dino's family. It's funny because there is still a slide that says that Dino is a dinosaur, but the consensus with most of the company is that he's not a dinosaur. He is indeed an alien. So whatever. Then there may be a theory out there that dinosaurs are aliens. I don't know. Maybe the dinosaurs aren't extinct. Maybe they just went back to their home planet. Just kidding. That would take a really big spaceship, wouldn't it? Okay. Yes. Okay. Dani said that Cindy lost power and used a hotspot to save herself from teacher IT. I love it. And from teacher no-show. Because sometimes teacher ITs get marked as teacher no-shows. If you don't show up to the class, they'll mark you teacher no-show. If you're able to prove that your internet was out, then you can get a soft cancellation. But yeah. I one time I lost power in the middle of class. So what I now do is whenever I'm teaching and there's a thunderstorm, I just write in the chat box, firemen, there is a thunderstorm. Just letting you know. So that way they'll for sure mark me teacher IT, because it can be hard to fight for a teacher IT sometimes. When it is an IT issue, they sometimes mark a teacher no-show. So that's just what I do. Whenever there's a thunderstorm and I'm teaching, I always write, there's a thunderstorm here, fireman. Just letting them know in the chat box, just in case I were to lose power. But I don't like click a button to call the firemen, obviously, because there's not yet a problem. But it's just a cover your rear kind of thing. So all of my family is sleeping. My husband is off today, so he's down there in case the baby were to cry. And I am enjoying a moment of silence. Oh, good tip. Thank you. Yes. I had 5. 1 was a level 7. I thought you said a 17, a level 7. She was very unmotivated. I have to drag it out of her most of the lesson. Okay. So I don't know about you guys. Maybe you feel the same, maybe you don't. But I much prefer a student who wants to get off topic and talk my ear off than a student who doesn't want to be there, doesn't want to be in class, no matter what I say to try to be entertaining. They're just like, you're annoying. I hate English. I hate learning. I wish I wasn't here because it's so uncool. That attitude is a lot harder to work with than someone who is so excited to be in class that they just want to talk your ear off topic. In fact, one of my favorite students probably because, I've made a lot of money teaching her. She's taken more than, we've now gone over the 100 class mark. She's a level 6 student and we're friends now. So we spent the first 5 minutes of class, and then I actually went from 25 minutes to like 31 minutes because I didn't have a class after her, chatting with her still. So I let her talk the first 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, we really need to get going on our lesson. And then at the end, we talked again. So I asked her, when does school start up for her? And she said May 18th, and she's scared. I said, why are you scared? She said, I'm scared of coronavirus and getting it. I'm scared of the coronavirus, but I'm also scared that kids are going to make fun of me and school. She told me about like one time when she was in gym class, they were doing some hula hoop game where they have to like share the hula hoop or something. And some boy who's also her neighbor that she has to like ride with to school made fun of her and said she was too fat. And so I took the opportunity to talk to her, and she said she was like blaming herself and saying that she needed to change. And I said, honey, no. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's good to be healthy, right? But I stood up, I showed her I'm fat too. I'm like, we can eat healthy and exercise, but to me, it's a bigger problem when someone has a mean personality. I feel like that's a bigger problem than being fat. I'm like, I'm your teacher. You take in more than 100 classes with me, and I'm fat, and we're friends, and you like me, right? So if I was mean to you, would you keep booking classes with me? I don't think so. So I feel like being fat is not the biggest problem. I feel like being a mean bully is a bigger problem. I mean, that's just kind of and I also told her at the end of class, when we went back to that topic, I said, when I was in elementary school, bullies were mean to me. They made fun of my name. My name was Evie, and they called me Evie, which was a Pokemon. And I always went to the bathroom and cried. And then in middle school, kids were still mean. But the difference was I decided I wasn't going to let mean kids bother me anymore. Because if we let them make us cry, they win. And if they don't make us cry, we win. So don't let it bother you. If he's a mean person, then what he says doesn't matter. And so I want to say to you, when you get a low Apple rating, or when you get a thumbs down on a video, or when somebody says a mean comment, their opinions shouldn't matter, because guess what? We're grown up. We done grown up. We don't have to go cry in the bathroom anymore. And she told me, I do that too. I go to the bathroom and I cry. And I said, honey, and she said, I need to lose weight. And I was like, yeah, we can get healthier. We can eat healthy and exercise. That's good. But don't hate yourself, because just because you're fat, you're a nice person. You're my friend. That student, I said, you can be skinny and mean, and I don't want to be your friend. So it's not the worst thing to be fat. And I said, you know what? Sometimes my husband makes fun of me for being fat too. He didn't want to sit with me on the porch swing because he thought we were going to break it. It's kind of a similar thing with the hula hoop thing. And you know what? I didn't let him make me cry. I was just gave him a dirty look. I was like, don't say that. And so we had a nice chat and a nice little, we talked through things, because the thing is, she's my friend in China, Annie, and actually her mom and older sister, her sister is like almost my age, like in her 20s. And they've thanked me before in Five Apples for cheering her up when she was feeling down. So anyway, Teacher Renee reads, are you Grace Hope? Because I know Grace Hope is Teacher Renee. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. Those connections are my favorite. I know, yes, right? So anyway, and I'm going to say the same thing to my own children. Yes, if you have yellow teeth, when I was in elementary school, a kid made fun of me, said I had yellow teeth. He wasn't wrong. So if someone says you have yellow teeth, find what maybe you could improve on from the negative comment, and then throw the rest of the comment in the trash. Don't get offended by it. Just be like, well, I need to brush my teeth. I need to exercise and lose weight, but I'm not going to let people being rude and mean bother me, you know? And then she said, honey, a girl in her class who's beautiful and smart and skinny never gets made fun of by the bullies. And I said, you know what? Sometimes people like that do get bullied. And I thought of Nancy Taylor, that I always thought everybody loves Nancy Taylor. She has 1 million subscribers, and I'm a little jealous of her that like she's able to do what I'm doing, but make money on it, and I'm not, right? Okay, so teacher Renee reads, since you are Grace Hope, that means I know you. That means you get to be a moderator. Okay, that's why I was asking, so I could be like, wait, is this the teacher Renee that I know? So that means I can see your picture. Very pretty. Okay. Anyway, so that was the discussion I had with a student today. I just had 3 classes this morning. How were your how was your frenzy last night? I don't want to brag, but I got 7 bookings and 2 cancellations, guys. I'm like rolling in the bookings right now. I'm thankful that some of them were already booked ahead of time and some of them will book later. And, you know, my schedule may not be full, but I really can't complain because I have a job. Even when I get a smaller paycheck than normal, I'm getting paychecks. And most of the world can't say that right now. I am working from home. I have the best job ever. So even when bookings are low, I really can't complain because some people, their booking frenzy said 0. And mine said 5, basically, when you do 7 minus 2, right? So 5 is better than nothing. I saw that and I almost laughed. I screenshot it in case, like, a lot of times people will get on Facebook and be like, how was your frenzy? How was your frenzy? How was your frenzy? And newbies will be freaking out and other people will be freaking out. And I'll just share mine and be like, I got 7 minus 2. So since you're asking. Anyway. Bookings coming back, I hope. Yes. My bookings, I would say I'm getting around 35 classes a week. Would love to teach 50. Would love to teach 40. But if I get 35 a week, I'll allow it. I'll allow it because it's still a paycheck. I will take that 35 classes and I will teach them well. So, I should say who this painting is for. My friend Kelly Tag ordered a Dino family painting from me. So if you don't already know, I paint paintings and sell them for $30. The $30 includes shipping. It includes, you know, the price of my materials and my time. So yeah, this is sort of my side gig. So when bookings are low, find a side gig, right? Oh, let's talk about gardening. So yesterday I picked up a few more starter plants for $1 each because the plants that have been growing from seed, I've been finding out that to grow plants from seed, you have to be really like knowledgeable about how to harden a plant and stuff. So basically I've been doing things wrong, and some of my plants I've been growing from seed, it's sort of like beginning to grow the plants from seed was like me putting my toes in the water of gardening. And then getting these starter plants and building structures outside is like me like wading in a little bit more into the water. And you know, as my plants start to grow and eventually like flourish and stuff, and I have to weed the garden and everything, and some plants might die on me or whatever, it's like I'm getting deeper and deeper into the waters of learning about gardening. So some of my seedlings, not exactly making it, not the worst thing in the world because it's a learning process, right? So the mistakes I'm making with gardening now will not be for forever. Thank you. Online teacher dude, also known as Tim from Malaysia, said, that's awesome. Glad you're monetizing your skills. Thank you. Yes. When this whole coronavirus crap started, not started in China, but started in America, when everyone was, you know, buying out all the toilet paper and freaking out, I was like, Okay. I'm going to need something positive to focus on that could possibly, well, I need something positive to focus on that will either produce money or food for my family. And so the two things that I came up with for me, something positive I can do from home to produce money or food, is a food garden and paintings. And then people started asking me to sew masks for them. And to be honest with you, I've gotten to the point where I'm tired of sewing masks. But I have continued sewing masks because people need them, but not because I enjoy it. Because honestly, I feel a little bit just depressed that we have to wear masks. But if people need masks and they ask me to make them for them, I will. But it's more the gardening and the painting and the spending time with my kids that is more of the positive outlet for me. Sewing masks, I have come to find, is not a positive outlet for me. It's a little depressing, but at the same time, not everybody knows how to sew. The reason I do it is because I know how to sew. I have materials. I have a sewing machine, and other people don't have those skills, and it's a need that I'm meeting for other people. And yeah, some people have given me extra money in addition. I say you just have to pay the shipping or pick it up on my doorstep. But if you want to pay me for my time, you can. The materials were donated, so But so people have paid me for that, but it's not something I'm like out there advertising a lot. I don't want to sew like so many masks because it's sad that our world has come to this, that we have to wear masks to the grocery store. Just putting that out there. Anyway, I'm heading over to prepare for my live in 30 minutes. If you can come, great, but no worries if you can't. Okay, so in 30 minutes, that's 9 a.m. So that gives me a good time limit. I will try to finish right when you are beginning. That way I can send my viewers over to your channel to check you out. So online teacher dude, I have 7 people watching. It's not a lot, but I'm happy with my group of friends, right? If you are not yet subscribed to Online Teacher Dude, make sure you click the notification bell to all. If you haven't on my channel yet, please do that as well. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, I don't like to say it a lot in videos because I used to think it was cheesy, but now I realize it's just good marketing to remind. It's just a good reminder to say, hey, subscribe to my channel, right? Anyway. Y'all know I'm corny, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so I'm going to paint. Which do I want to paint? I'm going to paint Dino's little brother next. Oh, I need more paint. Oh, so what I do is I buy these little paint containers at Dollar Tree. They come $1 for these containers. They look like this or like this. And the paint that comes in it is sometimes dried out. And sometimes I just take it out. Or sometimes it's like poster paint. I just let my kids paint with it so that they empty it out for me. And then I put my own paints in it. What I like about it is it's a way of saving money on paints. Because when you pour your paints out on a palette or on a disposable plate or whatever, they're going to dry out when you're done with them. But if you have it in a little cup like this, it's easier to save and conserve paint. And also, you're not getting, if it was a disposable plate, you would have to throw it away. So again, you're saving money, conserving, being smart. So, and also with little kids, like my kids are 5, 4, and 2, and a baby that he doesn't paint. I'll ask them, what color do you want? I'll open just one so that if they spill, it's not as much of a mess. It's a lot easier. When as a mother, I try to always look for ways to prevent myself from getting frustrated or impatient with my kids. So, things like this that preventing messes. Like you saw, if you watched my egg dyeing video, we dyed eggs over cardboard in the grass outside so that if my kids were to spill a whole cup of dye, it wouldn't be like inside my house where I would maybe get frustrated. So anyway. It's all about YouTube. Anyway, so hey, Teacher Casey's here. I wore a mask yesterday grocery shopping. I was surprised that many people are not wearing them anymore. Oh, really? It's quite the opposite here in Kansas. Before, if you were wearing a mask, you were the odd one out. And now, if you're not wearing the mask, you're the one who are looked at like you're crazy. So it's crazy how in just like a matter of a month, in my city at least, the people have gone from thinking you're absolutely insane if you're wearing a mask to thinking you are absolutely insane if you're not wearing a mask. And boy, oh boy, do I not want to wear a mask in public. I feel so rebellious. I feel so rebellious. I have the desire to not wear a mask in public. It is not recommended that you follow in my desire. Okay, so the best way I heard wearing a mask described. And I am not here to tell you you have to wear a mask or you have to not wear a mask. I think you need to be careful and safe and do what you got to do, right? Hi, random question. Oh, I'm not talking politics right now. You asked me what do I think of a certain politician? Oh, I am not starting that topic. That's for sure. Do you know how many friends I would lose if I turn this channel into a negative political thing? Nope, not doing it. You're not. If you want to ask somebody about their political opinion, they are all over the internet spewing it everywhere. Me personally, my channel is about getting everybody away from all the drama and having a little bit of peace and tranquility over here. I will tell you one thing. I don't think who your politician is will decide whether or not you have joy. But I do think who you have as a politician could possibly affect how many freedoms you have. I did not put much stock into voting for governor, and now I will never not vote when it comes to the governor, because oh my goodness. It's important to vote for governor, and it's important to know who you're voting for and why. And I just say you yourself should have your convictions about what is important to you, and you should vote accordingly. And if you don't vote, you're leaving it open for whoever to decide what liberties and freedoms you have. I, for a while, did not vote because it was too hard for me to bring all my little children to go vote. But now I'm so thankful my state is allowing us to vote by mail. And I signed up right away. You let me vote by mail. That means I don't have to drag my kids with me. That means I'm safe and I can vote. That means I get the ballot in the mail and then I can properly research before I just click a button or decide. Sounds good to me. So anyway, next topic. I'm painting and chatting with my VIPKID teacher friends. But yeah, I wouldn't say that any politician is awesome right now. I have not felt super stoked about a lot of the things going on in politics lately. But I also will not talk bad about the politicians because unless they're doing something very vile. But I feel like they're very much in a hard position right now. They're between a rock and a hard place because they have to make decisions that the people don't want them to make. And what I don't like is that the people are divided. Okay. I will say this. I think it is so dumb, so dumb that people want to be divided. And that one people group will say to another people group, fill in the blank, I hope you all go die. I've seen this online, and I'm like, y'all are quarantining and you're just stewing in anger and you're just spewing all the anger on the internet and you're telling whole people groups of people you don't know personally that you hope they all go die. And then people on the other side, neither side of the fence is correct, because this side of the fence is saying, I hope you all die, and they're saying, I hope you all die. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, if you are on either side of the fence on any topic, I've seen this with vaccinations. I've seen this with wearing a mask. I've seen this with who you're voting for president. If you are in a group of opinion, and I'm not going to give my opinion on any of those, and you're on one or the other side of the fence and you're wishing death on the other side of the fence, you're not in the right. No matter what opinion and how right you could possibly be, if you're spewing hatred and wishing death on people, you're still not in the right. You're not in the right. So I just want to say that I hate. I hate. I gotta say about that. So if you allow politics or religion or whatever to destroy friendships that you have, I mean, that's too bad, you know? I recently unfriended someone because they were putting negative comments on something that I had, and then that person recently sent me a really loving message over Messenger, and then sent me a friend request, and I accepted them back into my Facebook friendship. But I don't want people spewing a bunch of negativity on my Facebook. And I just have to say that also, we are all trying to do the best we can with the knowledge that we have. Whether that has to do with vaccinations, whether that has to do with who you want for president, whether that has to do with whether you want to wear a mask or not, whether that has to do with if you want to get back to work or not, or if you want to stay home. Everyone is just trying to do the best they can do with the knowledge that they have. And we have different knowledge and we have different perspectives, and everybody's just trying to do the best they can with the knowledge that they have. So why wish death on a people group? That's like that it's like you can sit there and say that like racism is wrong, and it is. And then you turn around and wish death on someone for having a different opinion than you. I'm sorry, like I thought we were in America where we're free to have opinions. Did you know there's countries where sharing your opinion can get you thrown in jail? Can we just celebrate for a minute that we can say anything we want to on the internet and we're not going to get thrown in jail? So I'm going to practice that right by spreading love and positivity. Other people practice that right by spreading hatred. But like at the end of your life on your deathbed, are you going to say, man, I wish I spewed more hatred on the internet in my lifetime? Darn it. Failure. No, you're not. In the grand scheme of things, 5 years from now, is it going to be something that you look back on and you're like, I'm so glad I said that to someone? I had someone, when I was pregnant, I had someone I do not know on the internet wish death on my unborn baby. They didn't even know what my face looked like unless they clicked on my YouTube profile. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're seriously going to sit here and say that? So much hatred in people's hearts for what purpose? You know what I mean? I keep saying it's like the playground bullies from elementary school are trying to get at me in high school. We're done with high school. Y'all, we are adults. We're grown-ups. We're grown-ups. We can choose to say nice things to each other. We can choose to be positive. We can choose to uplift and encourage one another. When you're feeling down, do you know what encouraged me? What encouraged me the other day when I was feeling so down? A friend opened a care package that I sent her, and she made an unboxing video, and she just like was talking about how much she loves me and how awesome I am. And that totally made my day. Okay. I was having the worst day ever, and her opening a package of goodies I sent her cheered her up. So I cheered myself up in a way because I shared love with someone else and then they shared love back when I needed it. And so I think we only have a certain amount of time on this earth. We don't know how long. We only have a certain amount of energy in a day. Why not use our time and energy for good? Just saying. Use it for good. So, sorry. I got on a soapbox, but I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about what I said. So, anyway. Oh, totally off topic. Dollar Tree has these gorgeous headbands, and I'm going to go back. I'm thinking about buying like several of them and then mailing them all to my BFFs on YouTube, my YouTube VIPKID teacher friends, and we can all have flower headbands because how fun would that be? Somewhat off topic, but I this flower headband is my new jam. Like I'm going to start wearing this whenever I feel like it. And I think it's super cute. Anyway, I am painting Dino's mom. I should read what you guys are saying in the chat box. Yeah, Cindy, what the Bible says is speak the truth in love. So, yeah. Yeah. We need to be on the same team. Yep. Yep. Dani said that's why I'm not on Facebook or on Instagram. But would you believe that Facebook Live videos of politicians, I'm learning a lot of information. Sometimes the comments are actually helpful. Because what they're not putting in the news, sometimes people share in the comments. Like, I don't want to even get into it, but people are sharing sometimes truth in the comments of some of these politicians are not the most honest ever. I'm not going to name names, but it's interesting what you'll discover in the comments section of those videos. So yeah, it can be informative to see that, but there's just a lot of some people want to work and some people want to live and some people want to work and live. We all want to work. We all want to live. That's the problem. I'm so thankful to have a work from home job. I feel like with my VIPKID bookings being low, I still have nothing to complain about because I have a job and I have some bookings. I feel like with the situation with the masks and people wanting to go to work, I feel like I have nothing to complain about because our bills are still paid. Our kitchen still has food in it. Myself, I cannot judge someone who is protesting because they want to go back to work because I do not know their situation. Maybe if they don't go back to work, they'll be homeless. Maybe if they don't go back to work, they won't have food for their families. So I can't judge someone not knowing their situation. I can't sit here on the internet and say, oh, I wish death on that person. I can say I understand. I've been in a position where we couldn't pay our mortgage before. And honestly, all of us, I think people see this now more than ever. All of us are just a few simple life circumstances away from being homeless. So I really feel like people who judge homeless people and say, oh, they're all just a bunch of addicts or whatever. Well, you don't know what drove them to get an addiction. You don't know what got someone. Maybe a loved one died. Maybe they had medical bills. Maybe someone got cancer. Maybe, their house was foreclosed on. You don't know. People just judge without knowing, and a lot of times the people that are judging are people who haven't gone through hard times yet. Maybe I don't judge people as much because I've been through rough stuff, but I've never been homeless. I've never been homeless. I have had Thanksgiving dinner as a kid at the Salvation Army, and I've had Christmas gifts given to me as a kid from the Salvation Army, and it made me so much more appreciate what I have, you know? Everything we have is a gift from God. And sometimes it takes losing some stuff to realize, like, wow, even down to the most basic, the breath in our lungs is a gift from God. Every time you take a breath in, we should be saying thank you, but instead, people are so ungrateful that they sit on the internet and they spew hatred because they don't realize how good they have it. I think that's called spoiled, actually. Maybe in America, we're a little spoiled. We're spoiled. And also, a lot of times, not always, a lot of times those people who have a lack of perception, a lack of perspective, haven't been to another country. Or if they have, they just stayed, you know, in the area for tour guides and rich people. But the thing is, when you visit other countries like South America or Africa or Asia, when you visit and see how many people in this world are living in huts with tin roofs, no air conditioning, no electricity, and they are happy and they love each other and they work hard. And then we have ungrateful people in America living in mansions spewing hatred on the internet. Like, I'm not saying everybody that's hateful has a mansion, but I'm not saying somebody doesn't. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not trying to hate on rich people either. There are some famous rich people that are doing a lot of good lately. Some people choose to use their power for good, to spread love and to help. There's organizations right now that are, making medical supplies, and organizations and people who are donating supplies to food banks. In my city, there was a whole long line of cars, hundreds of cars, of people waiting in line just to get some free food bank food. And I'm so used to the tables being the other way around. I'm so used to everybody else has it good and my family is struggling financially. And right now, most of the world is struggling financially and my family has it good. And it really makes me heartbroken because I know how they feel. It's hard for me because I don't have the power to help everyone, and I want to. That's what that's what I'm struggling with. The biggest thing I'm struggling with now is that everybody's suffering and I feel like everybody's suffering and there's nothing I can do about it. That's what I feel like. I feel like everybody that wasn't going through a hard time when I was going through a hard time, they're now going through a hard time and I'm not. And I wish I could fix it. I wish I could. That's my main struggle right now. I wish I could fix it. So, I mean, there. All I can do is paint pictures, sew masks, and I was thinking this garden I have, that maybe I could grow extra food and donate some to the food bank. That's one thing I was thinking about. For my birthday, I marked Samaritan's Purse, which is a Christian organization that does a lot of help. It really, they're trustworthy with the dollars that you give them. It's Billy Graham's son that organizes it. And so for my birthday, I raised like $154 for that organization that's helping people. So I guess if a lot of people give a little, we can make a difference. And if we can choose grace over hatred, if we can choose love and positivity over negativity, that would be awesome. You know, like maybe something I can do is use my platform to remind people to be a little bit more understanding and loving towards others. That, like, if I believe one side of the fence and someone else believes another side of the fence, maybe we should just love each other. You know? Welcome. Okay. Hi. Who's at the door? Oh, it's my husband and my baby. Okay, one second. Hi. Okay, bye, Daddy. Have a good day. I'm gonna leave my door unlocked in case my kids want to come. Oh, I found out how I can spread positivity on the internet. Who wants to see a cute baby? Hey. Hello, my name is Baby Caleb, and I like to say hello on the internet. Hi. Hi, Baby Caleb. Hi. Hi. Well, this is the perfect opportunity for you guys to look at a cute baby while I read the chat box. So yeah. Teacher Kasie said, "You are helping many people with your positivity, Evelyn. Stick to it. You are doing great things." Thank you. Say thank you. Okay. I agree. That's why I love VIPKID teachers. So positive and encouraging. Some of them. If only all VIPKID teachers were positive. Oh, did I not feed you enough? Oh, Jesus, Mama. Look at that bald spot. He says, Mama, it's time to eat. This boy, I don't know if you can tell when he's in his pajamas, but he's getting a chubby wubs. He's getting chubby wubby, and he's got 2 teeth. Anyway, he is so cute. He's a sweet boy. Are you my sweet boy? Mwah. Well, this is the perfect timing. It is 9 o'clock. Tim from Malaysia, also known as Online Teacher Dude, he's starting his live video right now, right when this little boy wants to breastfeed. Yeah, he said, "That's my milk. I want to eat it. You gotta give me my milk. I'm growing boy." I had to let my 2-year-old cry it out in his toddler bed last night, because the night before that, he made me sit next to his bed for 2 hours, and he would cry anytime I tried to walk away. So last night, I had to nip that in the bud and just let him sleep in his own toddler bed. I am not a person that practices cry it out with babies, but when they're over 2 years old, occasionally I let it happen so that they can learn, this is your bed that you sleep in. I love you, but you have to not be too spoiled. It's hard. It's hard for my mama heart to let them cry. But Joshy has been learning action reaction lately. He's been testing boundaries a lot, and he's a very sweet boy. He's been learning a lot. But he's now starting to learn, where the boundaries are. So anyway. Baby Caleb. Baby Caleb. I recently learned that Baby Caleb's feet are very ticklish. Tickle, 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 tickle. A tickle, 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 tickle. A tickle, 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 tickle. Mwah! Hey, Caleb. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that you're on my channel and on Tim's. Oh, very good. 2 devices. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in a second. Hi. Hi. Are you a sweet boy? Yeah. He drinks a lot of milk before bed, and then he sleeps from about 11 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. Then he drinks more milk and has a diaper change, and then he sleeps through my classes, and he wakes up after my classes at about 9 a.m. or 8:30 a.m., depending on the day. So you are on the perfect sleep schedule. Can we keep that schedule forever? Thinking about it, Mom. Last night, he came to my class and he got to see one of my students after class. Well, they got to see him. Anyway. Oh, babies make you happy. Very good. I thought you said Barbies. I read it wrong. I was going to be like, I have a student named Barbie. Oh, by the way, I have a student named Kelly. And she student no-showed the other day, and I wanted to write Teacher Kelly and be like, hey, why'd you student no-show? And I also have a student named Kasie. And I want to write to my friend Kasie and be like, you gave me a really sweet 5 apple. Thank you very much. Just kidding. So it's funny how I'm starting to have students who have the names of some of my friends. I just need like a Dani. Oh, I have taught a Cindy. I've taught a Nancy. It's pretty fun. Hi. Oh, is that a delicious hand? Yeah. Annie is my regular that I often talk about. She's 6. She's a level 6, so she's able to like converse a lot in English. We're gonna have to go. Anyway, I have a video up on my channel about a fence being built on our yard. Now that fence is up, I'm going to be building some structures. I have a bunch of free wood that I got. I'm going to be building some structures for some gardening in my yard. So I'm going to leave like a big space, like the area that's more shaded for my kids to like play soccer in. And I'm going to take like a little corner of the yard and turn it into my garden. And I'm so excited. I'm also going to be building a DIY bird feeder soon. So those are some of my plans. Head on over to Online Teacher Dude. Thanks, guys. Say bye-bye. Say thank you. Thank you. Say, I love you. Bye-bye. Thank you.